is what makes Metro different, Metro Wealth different than any other production company I might run into?
Me?
Well, that part.
That part.
Elaborate that. What do you mean by that?
When I'm a little bit, I come from a time where Black people didn't have a voice. They had a story, but they didn't have a voice. They also didn't have wealth, no generational wealth. So along with being able to tell that story came with a great idea to start rap music and maybe become wealthy. It worked. So a lot of people from the hood, old neighborhoods, whatever, were able to get out successfully, make money for their families, and tell their story at the same time. I'm the prodigy of that.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah, you are. You are that. You are a legacy to all that has come before you and bequeath to you a great legacy of ambition and courage, right? And most of all, the will to live. Let me ask you to do me a favor, and what would you say to your 12-year-old self?
Don't drink.
Elaborate.
Every response you're gonna get from me has something to do with succeeding. Any company, liquor company, Budweiser beer company, was started by someone, and those companies are named after them. That means that's their dream, and that's the company that they want to start. I'm not going to give part of my success to your success when I'm getting failure out of your success. I'm getting DUIs. I'm getting all these things by drinking your stuff. I'm being influenced by the neighborhood. I'm strong enough to break that eventually, but that's what I mean. Don't drink because it's a trap. You think about it, people celebrate with alcohol. They cry with alcohol. They do it all with alcohol, and all we do is suffer from alcohol. Whether you see it or not, that's the facts. Yeah. So don't drink, 12-year-old. Don't do it.
I love that. I love the clarity. I love the simplicity and the power of it to simply say, because sometimes I ask people that question and their answers are more elaborate, but they have less to say. A lot of words, but less meaning. Yours, few words, but you if you could talk to your 12-year-old self, you would have told him a lot in that. Don't drink, kid.
I would have had to, because he wouldn't have listened.
Yeah.
I tell him a lot. Why? Don't drink because it's bad. That's what we all say. Our parents say don't drink. They don't tell us why. This is why. Yeah. If you want to be an entrepreneur and succeed, then this is why. But if you don't want to be a drunken bum, then there's another reason why.
And you've had 10 years of sobriety?
Yes, sir.
It's a powerful thing. Let me celebrate you on that. And let me tell you that I love to celebrate and talk to people who are enjoying sobriety from whatever it is they're enjoying it from or in. And I had the privilege once, man, I had the privilege of speaking once at an AA, what do they call it? Anniversary service or gathering. Yeah. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. And here's why I'm bringing it up. Because when you've lost your sobriety and you've gained it back, the gratitude that you have about life is just different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Talk to me about that.
That's a great point. You're the first person I heard say it. You have to realize that you lost it. If you don't think that way, you will never get it back. A lot of people try to quit just based off of where they are now. I was able to go back and remember when I was sober and why I was doing it. It's powerful, bro. To get maybe the first 30, 45 days, you still like, damn, let me get one more. But after that passes, it's like, wow, never looking back. You're right. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I want to tell everybody. I want all the kids. Like I have these classes that we do about this, and I speak about it. It's powerful, bro.
Yeah, tell me in your journey who influenced you the most. Who's had the most influence, other than you and other than God, of course. Those two things being constant. Who's had the most influence on you?
It's a three-way. It's a two-way split. It's my mother and my father. My father worked every single day in the Chrysler. Migration to the north, north in the 60s. Went straight to Chrysler from high school. Retired at 35 years. My mother, loving, caring, giving. So I'm a split directly down the middle of both of them. So that's my influence.
Well, those are two great influences to have, right? And there aren't many people, a lot of people even, who can even say that their parents were great influences on them, because so many other things can be. I'm wondering, man, about the film you most want to make. I'm wondering what is the project that's rumbling around in your head and in your spirit that you can say, Dr. Sean, ooh, I wish I could make this film right now. Which one? Well, is there one?
Yeah, it's called Oakdale, and it's about where I'm come from, and how, you know, I come from a hood, but it was surrounded by Caucasian. The neighborhood was surrounded by Caucasian, and I believe that drugs were implanted in it. And it's a long story, but that's the story I want to do. I want to tell the story so unique, and it'll shed a light on how they build cases on you. Now, I didn't go to jail. I wasn't into all of that. I just seen it because I care. So that's the neighborhood I came from, and I definitely want to tell that story.
Why that story, though? Why that story?
Because, man, it's going to teach not just my neighborhood. In 1988, every urban neighborhood around America was raided. Did you know that? Raided for drugs. Every single one of them. All the major ones, anyway. That means the number of young Black kids that went to prison that around that time is amazing. Yeah, they did wrong, but I know for a fact where I'm from, it was all a setup. They had cameras. They was watching these people the whole time. I don't advocate any wrongdoing. I'm not saying that, but if you're getting set up to do it, I mean, it's no way out at that point, you know? So that's why I want to tell the story. It's where I come from.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. And what I'm hearing you say is that what you hope to do in this film is to reveal that complexity, and that duplicity, right? And the tragedy.
Duplicity.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
They did wrong, and I didn't. You know, I had both my parents. My father would kill me, but I was around these people. That was my third influence. The way that the young men moved around and were able to create something out of nothing, even though it was wrong. Not say I looked up to it, but I figured if they could do that, I can do anything.
All right, you know give me some one-word answers to these questions. All right, you ready, Mr. Man Robinson? Here's the first one. What's the best thing about you?
Ambitious. There you go.
What's your greatest fear? Well, that's not a one word, but give me one sentence.
Dying without accomplishing.
Where do you most feel at home?
Wherever my family is.
Here's my last one tonight, and then we'll have to leave it there. What's the best word that describes your future?
Complete.
Complete. Well, look, that's a good word to have for your future. Man Robinson, thank you for coming on tonight, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Anytime you got something going on, come back and see me. Let's talk some more. I've enjoyed watching you process your life in real time, because here's what I've gotten from you tonight. That even as you are living this life and winning this life, you are thinking about it. You are feeling it. And my sense of you, and I could be wrong, is that the more mature you get and the longer you go on, the longer you journey along this walk, you are in greater possession of the things in life that make you feel, and you're in greater ownership of those feelings. Because for all of us as men and as women too, there's always a stage in our lives when we couldn't be what we are now. And I'm so glad, man, that you made it to here. I'm so glad that you survived all of it to get to this moment. And sir, you have earned the right to feel the power that I felt on your face when you told your story.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure. We'll be right back, everybody. Jonathan Likes is next.
Boxel.